It's going to be a sunny Sunday for most parts of South Africa, especially towards the east where temperatures are increasing for the Lowveld as well as KwaZulu-Natal. Over the western interior, fairly gusty afternoons expected as northwesterly winds get up to between 30 and 40 kilometers per hour, especially over the Karoo. And this is all taking place ahead of another fairly strong cold front, which is going to bring more cloud towards the Western Cape as well as some late afternoon and evening rainfall, especially around the Cape Peninsula. The South African Weather Service has issued a watch for very rough seas, which are expected to develop along the coastline between Cape Point and Plettenberg Bay, wave heights exceeding 4 meters by later this evening. Let's move ahead now to rainfall probabilities, where there's only up to a 40% chance of rain for the Cape Peninsula as well as the adjacent interior. For the rest of South Africa, no rain in the forecast for your Sunday. Maximum temperatures now where it's going to be pleasant for most parts of the country into the upper 20s and even lower 30s for some areas. Over the Eastern Cape interior, temperatures are also increasing quite significantly, although along the coastline it remains fairly mild. Over the southwestern corner of the country, on the other hand, all the cloud ahead of that cold front keeps temperatures in the lower 20s. A closer look at coastal conditions now, where westerly to southwesterly winds are expected from Lambert's Bay through to Alexander Bay in the north, swell heights averaging between 2 and 2.5 meters. Northwesterly winds, on the other hand, on the forecast for Langebaan. Northwesters extend from Cape Town all the way through to Cape Agulhas, taking place ahead of that cold front. Fresh at times for Hermanus and Cape Agulhas, and swell heights starting off at 3 meters but getting up to 4.5 meters by late this evening. Along the south coast, we're expecting light wind conditions across the area. Swells, on the other hand, will be fairly high, averaging at 3.5 meters, but also increasing significantly towards the evening hours. And finally, along the eastern coastline, northeasters extend from Richards Bay all the way through to the Wild Coast between 15 and 20 kilometers per hour. Swell heights between 1.5 and 2 meters, and high tide this afternoon at 16 minutes past 2.